In 2001, America opened a door and led in the country that would become its greatest rival. There were no armies, no declarations, just a signature on a trade agreement. 25 years later, the two biggest economies on Earth are locked in a war fought with chips, minerals, ships, and money. And almost nobody can say who's winning. This is how it happened. In December 2001, China joined the World Trade Organization. The theory in Washington was simple and confident. Let China into the global economy, and prosperity would make it look more like the West. Instead, the West started to look more like a customer. Factories that had run for generations in Ohio, Michigan, the Carolinas found they could not compete with Chinese labor costs. Production moved. Container ships got bigger. Economists later gave it a name: the China Shock. Depending on which study you read, somewhere between 1 million and 2.4 million American manufacturing jobs disappeared. Entire towns lost their reason to exist. America got cheaper televisions. China got the industrial base of the 21st century. Because China wasn't just making sneakers and plastic toys. It was learning, then copying, then building better. Look at shipbuilding, the backbone of any global power. In the first half of 2026, Chinese yards took 82% of all new ship orders on Earth. 82%. In some categories, the giant crude tankers, the biggest container ships, China's share is above 90%. America, which once built the fleet that won a world war, now builds a rounding error. And the scale shows up in the economy. On paper, America is still the world's largest economy, around $32 trillion against China's 21. But measure what that money actually buys inside each country, and China passed America back in 2014. Today, it's roughly 44 trillion to 32. Two different maps, two different answers to who's on top.
So Washington stopped competing and started squeezing.
America's weapon is the computer chip. US-controlled companies sit on roughly 90% of the world's chip supply chain. The designs, the software, the machines that print circuits smaller than a virus. And America simply banned its most advanced AI chips from being sold to China. It was the single most aggressive economic move of the decade. NVIDIA's share of the Chinese AI market fell to effectively zero. China answered with the ground itself. Rare earths, 17 metals with forgettable names that sit inside almost everything that matters. Your phone, electric motors, wind turbines, fighter jets, missile guidance systems. China doesn't just mine them, it refines them. Around 90% of the world's processing capacity. And in 2025, Beijing started restricting exports, then extended the rules to any product anywhere on Earth containing Chinese rare earths. One country can switch off the chips. The other can switch off the metals.
And both roads run through one island.
Taiwan makes around 90% of the world's most advanced semiconductors. Not most, almost all. Which means 180 kilometers of water decides whether the modern economy keeps functioning. China hasn't invaded. It hasn't needed to. It's squeezing instead. Coast Guard sightings east of Taiwan surged 83% in a single month as Beijing rehearsed sealing the island off. Taiwan is down to 12 diplomatic allies in the entire world. No shots, just pressure, applied slowly, from every direction at once. So why hasn't this exploded? Because of the strangest part of this whole story. They need each other. Tariffs tell you everything. In the escalation, American tariffs on Chinese goods hit 145%, a number so high it isn't really trade policy, it's a wall. China went to 125. And then, in May 2026, both sides blinked. A truce cut American tariffs to 30%, Chinese tariffs to 10%. Not because anyone won, because the pain landed at home. American shelves, Chinese factories. Both economies screaming at their own governments.
That's the trap. America can't build without China's minerals.
China can't advance without America's chips. Each holds a knife to the other's throat, and neither can afford to use it. This is what a superpower conflict looks like now. Not tanks rolling across a border. Export licenses, port statistics, mineral refineries. A quiet island making chips nobody else can make. The last century's wars were fought over territory. This one is being fought over supply chains. And most people won't notice until the thing they ordered doesn't arrive or the price of it doubles. In 2001, America opened a door, believing trade would make the world one thing. It made it something else entirely. And the war that started with a signature is nowhere near finished.